Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Sharn docks by night, by the light of the silvery moon and stars. I lost my last recording, well, attempted recording down here. The lag just basically froze the game, so hoping for better this time around. Let's have a quick look where we are at with the enhancements. So I've gone ahead and picked up the 6 in Vistani that I said I was going to do, so purely defensive this. Aside from the excellent deflect arrows, we've got 25% resistance to neg, energy absorption, 3 PRR and MRR, so not terrible. Also 2 saves against anything from evil creatures, of which I'm sure there are plenty. So yeah, we'll take it. It's mainly just for the deflect arrows, because I tend to get hammered by such things. But otherwise, quite nice to have 2, especially in things with those awful quill throwers. What is it? Like Ravenloft with those needle blights. That's it. Those things can be absolutely lethal. Of course, the Druid does have a potential solution for that. I think it's is it level 8 spell? Yes, that spell there, Storm Rage. 18 seconds of Featherfall and deflect arrows feet. So if you're good enough to know, when the things are coming, when you need that protection, you could just hit that and switch it on like that. I know from experience I'm totally not good enough to just use that when needed, so I'm taking the always on soft option. I also know I don't move around enough to avoid being hit by these things. I tend to to stop in place when doing certain actions or spells, and of course that leaves me wide open to shots from archers, so to have it always on will help me, I think. The spells at level 8, you're a bit tight for spells, I think. So Finger of Death is nice, Earthquake is kind of mandatory, so is Ice Flowers if you're in cold, so is Heal. So that leaves a choice, I guess, between Storm Rage if you don't have the always on deflect arrows, or the Sunburst. I'll be picking up the Sunburst because that's going to be an integral part of our sort of CC type thing, and this SLA one is on too long a cooldown for me to reliably use. What's the cooldown on this one? 6 seconds, so that's much better. I think that'll tally with the rest of this stuff, yeah. Okay, so it'll basically be there when I want to use it. Otherwise, I'm going on and redoing the trees based on what we're going to be using through Epic and at the cap. I've noticed, I think I mentioned already, that we were going to be exceeding the 41 limit here, so I have done that. I wanted a fully decked out Quicken cost reduction, so Quicken now costs 4 fewer, which is nice, and maximizes 9 fewer. I still haven't used them on too many. I think there's Quicken and maximize on the Creeping Colds. So we just use that to stack damage against the boss. So Freezing Spray for vulnerability to cold, and then the 2 creeping things. Otherwise, no Quicken or Maximizer outside of spell-like abilities. So I've taken off the, probably a bit early, I've taken off the fully meted line of SLAs. But our biggest damage dealer now is the Tsunami, so I think we'll be okay. Anything else to report? No changes to gear or anything. Other spells, I don't think I've shown these, have I? So that's the Storm Rage for the level 18 core of Season's Herald, so we've got that here fully meted, and then we get the spell version as well at level 9. So I've got them both in there fully meted, and they would just be, well, by me, they would be used firstly against a boss or boss room, because they are fixed in place. They don't move with you like the core lightning storm would. And secondly, in a place of constantly respawning opponents, for example the cave in what's it called, that is it Lines of Supply in the Stormhorns, where they all come pouring out of that cave in waves, as well as crowd control. Something like this in there would be nice. A persistent cloud doing damage. You can see there it's got a pretty high caster level. Our winter focus, winter season, is now helping. Hang on, what's happened there? That needs to be toggled on. Winter season is now helping electric to do more as well. I'm noticing the core lightning storm is doing pretty well and is lasting for, or it's telling you there, a minute now, which is quite nice. And just as we are standing here, dawn's breaking. It looks pretty cold down here this morning on the docks. Anything else to report spell-wise? Yes, I've been putting in place the healing spells as well. That's just there as a top-up for the moment. An unmeted cure series. Here we've got the ones that I will keep on the bar for use at the cap. So we've got heal, regenerate mass, and greater vigor mass. The mass ones are so nice to have if you're healing a group of allies. I'm terrible with targeting people individually, so I often go and just stand next to them and hit the mass thing. We've reacquired Finger of Death in the level 8 area, so that's back on the bar. I think that's about it for the spells of note. So as the dawn is breaking, let's have a go in here. Attempt number 2. Yeah, the last attempt just froze solid. So let's see what we can manage here. Now, Tom, I think it was you who mentioned there is a shortcut in this one. I think it's a diplomacy check, which I would probably do well at, but you said you didn't have to do the puzzle at the end. It must be a different way that I don't know about. I'm going to stick to the puzzle way in the interests of expedience, because otherwise I'd be searching around and it would be like watching paint dry. I have done that. I think it's in the back of here, isn't it, the Diplo check? I have done it and passed it, but I don't know then where to go. Oh no, it's a bluff check, so I'm not going to be able to pass that. My bad. But I have succeeded at that in the past. Okay, let's get going. The puzzle isn't too bad, I don't think. It's remembering this combo that's the problem. I question mark why. Now these come flying out almost immediately. Could have tried the finger of death on the overseer. Okay. Let's try not to set any nasty traps off against ourselves here. I think that's a fairly easy one, isn't it? Yeah, happy days.
You've entered the administration center. Now, to search for the papers that show where the club obtained the Soul Split Warforged they're using as servants. Baxter notes your arrival with disdain. The administration is reserved for club employees only.
I think we got all the big things in one go. Nice. Okay. I meant all the support cast here we got in one go. So that there you can see the two lots of Storm Rage. Quite nice for a boss. If I'd have remembered to cast it earlier, it would have been nicer still.
You're now free to search for evidence regarding the source of the Soul Split Warforged. The club purchased their servants from something called Fathom Endeavors. Armed with this knowledge, you can start tracing the Soul Split Warforged.
You can see I finally caught up to the level we're supposed to be doing, so I am actually 19 now for the level 19 episode. Not too far off the cap. I think we're looking pretty good. So let's try the Otiug one in here.
David Shelby's apartment is up inside this tower. He claims to have information about
Oh, I picked up two mass spells as well. We've got the Protection from Elements mass, which goes nicely with the Primal Core 3 in Epic. That 120 for everything becomes something like 650, which is very nice. And also we've got the mass version of Freedom of Movement. This isn't that. I don't have the ingredients yet for that, and there's no reason to cast it really at the moment because I'm broadly speaking on my own during this leveling. But the Freedom of Movement mass, as mentioned before, will allow me to cast the Sleet Storm without worrying about people who might not be immune.
You've arrived just outside of David Shelby's.
I know it's going to sound very obvious, having taken the enhancement in 3, but to me it's not. The Pressing of Winter's Heart is beginning to... Oh, he saved against my Finger of Death. Not good. Pressing of Winter's Heart is beginning to become more ingrained into my thinking, so that's good.
This apartment while leaving all the other homes left untouched.
A bit disappointed we failed a Finger of Death against an archer, but I know the Sharn stuff in general has fairly high saves, doesn't it?
Perhaps there's a clue inside his apartment that points.
Maybe if I'd have done a cold spell first. As mentioned before, the Mantle of the Icy Soul that we're in reduces both fort and reflex saves by 4. So if I'd have started with a cold and then tried the Finger of Death, possibly we could have had better results there.
Head down to the docks and find his safe house.
Probably gross overkill that. I could and should have just done the colour spray followed by the tsunami, and that would have done the job just as well, I think. Lightning there doing a decent job. Now, why did I crowd control him when I could just have finger of death him outright? These are the little things we'll hopefully get right on the way up to the cap.
Single sky coach is docked nearby. Its pilot cowers before a group of lumbering thugs.
Yep, finger of death doing pretty well at the moment. Get some cold ticking damage on the boss. Should just die, yep, lovely stuff.
Drops in defeat. They said it'd be a simple break-in, she rasps. There wasn't supposed to be a body.
Now there is a section in here with ooze.
Just board his sky coach and you'll be on your way. You disembark the sky coach at the water purification facility. A guard at the door lazily raises an arm to warn you off. You've convinced the guard to open the gate. Now to search for David Shelby's safe house.
Oh man, that was a terrible missed target. Let's try and drag him into it anyway. Okay.
A giant crayfish stands near the open waterway. Oddly enough, it wears a metal helmet and holds a key in one of its pincers. As you approach, thoughts suddenly barge into your head. Huh, you don't look like an exterminator.
Right.
Maybe you can help?
I should have gone invisible for this. Can I do it now?
It seems an ODR has taken up residence nearby, and it's determined to make the crayfish its home.
Don't think it made much difference once they'd seen me, did it? I should have done it before. And now these things. Oh no, the crabs will be alright. It's the ooze I'm worried about. I should have saved the they're not moving, are they? That's symptomatic of the laggy game we have at the moment, I'm afraid. Yeah, these are going to be the problem. Can I just hit them with that? No, not good enough. Okay. Let's try. No, they're still always immune. They should have taken the damage because I've already hit them with cold. They should have been hit by the tsunami. I think that's either some sort of a bug or something that is just eluding me at the moment. I'll gladly accept the soul. Now, can we try to get all this stuff at once? There's ooze as well in here. So we smash the rats, but the ooze are just immune to our tsunami, whatever we try and do, which is unfortunate. Glad to get the 2 souls. Getting ready for the Otyug at the end.
A rank odor assaults you even before you open the gate. No doubt you found the Otyug's
Let's
lair.
hit him with the 2 big... Now I've put those things down there, so I need to keep him down there now. Hitting him with the cold vulnerability as well.
You've reduced the Otyug to using the
Wonder if this lightning will be any good against these ooze. Possibly. No, the lightning's splitting them as well. Okay.
You suddenly realize that the odd telepathic crayfish holds the soul of your supposedly dead informant, David Shelby. As a final
Skin tight
request,
gloves.
David gives you the key to his safe house and asks you to let him inside. A well-stocked, comfortably furnished room lies behind the locked door.
Okay.
Crayfish
For the
crawls
last one,
inside,
let's go for
clacking
the
happily. You
Finding
once
Doris
again
one. A
feel
bit
the
longer on
telltale
that one.
tug of telepathic influence. The information you sought flashes into your brain.
I must remember to
Fathom
rest at the
Endeavors has a
shrine as
secret
well for
base
that one.
beneath Sharn's harbor. This underwater base must be the source of all the soul splitters, and where Fathom is keeping the stolen souls of the Warforged. It sounds like an adventure beneath the waves is next on the agenda.
I'm just wondering where to put the rest of the points. I don't think you'll have too many more points to spend in the enhancement trees, but
The Deputy Harbor Master's
kind of
secretary had a package
got, well,
for
we'll be
Doris.
taking the capstone
With any
obviously, but
luck,
I've kind
that
of got
secretary
everything
will be
that
the last
I
person to have seen her.
was
A
wanting.
good place to start your search.
So I have to have a little think where to put the last bits to help us.
A voice nearby calls out. Have you seen this Warforged? Have you?
Try not to
A member
hit
of the
these
Sharn
people
Watch
because they
gives
come
you
and
a
attack
weary
you,
nod.
otherwise I just get myself as
The
far away
area
from them as
beyond this
possible.
barricade is not safe, citizen. You've been warned.
Are you just gonna die? Yes, thank you. Very helpful.
This strange Warforged was instructed to deliver an illegal Vaunt device to an old factory down in the cogs. Perhaps there is more to this mystery in the darkness beneath the city.
Knockdown Dex
It
failure.
might be
Our Dex
illuminating
is
to
pretty
follow the
good.
strange
A bit
Warforged,
surprised at
find
that.
out more about their curious predicament. The package that was being held for Doris contained a broken Vaunt device. Was it already smashed? Or did you help? An unsavory character starts
Trying to give some thought to mana conservation.
Oh, you idiots! Don't set it on fire! First pillage, then burn! The instigator sounds quite annoyed. I'm surrounded by imbeciles. Why would one keep an illegal Vaunt device despite the mandatory recall? There must be more to this story. Of the clues you've gathered, the one about the old factory down in the cogs is the most promising. The missing Warforged was acting strangely.
Oh, that was silly. They weren't even active when I hit that.
It's time for you to continue your investigation down below in the cogs.
This is our turf meat. Turn around and run back up to the sunny side, lest you wanna pound it.
The contemptuous goblin
Speaking of
appears to
mana
speak for the
conservation, it
entire
would
group.
pay us
Too late.
to make some big
The
groups
goblin
here,
and
wouldn't
his
it,
flunkies
before
close in on you.
unloading the big shots.
Something tells you this factory hasn't been used in a while. It's just a hunch.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Reaper. Less glad for the spider, but we'll still take that soul if we can. come on. Lag is taking over again, I'm afraid. Okay. A shrine down there, do we want to use that? I think we might be okay. If things are just going to sit there, I don't know if that's by design, it's more likely by the lag. We do have dungeon alert for running past them. Are these going to move down here? No. I think I'd better try and at least get rid of some of them. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad again now, isn't it? Yeah, nothing's moving now. I think we're going to have a pile of Warforged here. Are they actually going to move? No. Oh, wonderful. As mentioned before, I'm sure the power leveling crowd will be quite happy about this, but from the point of view of entertainment or game challenge, this is pathetic really, isn't it? Purple now. I think there's a chest in behind there. Let's take the rage off, search there. Oh, people actually almost moving. Well, I suppose there's one thing I could be glad of. They seem to be lagging worse than me now. Oh, what a mess. Let's just get to the end of the thing, can we please? All these things that were standing stationary are coming back now. Okay, well at least we've got the dungeon alert down to a yellow. Are we done? Any more for any more? I think we're good. And the dungeon alert is now gone. Happy days. Oh, I pressed the wrong key there. I didn't mean to do a greater vigour. Just meant to do the little top-up heal.
You hear a distant grinding of gears and scraping of stone somewhere far below.
So we don't have any kind of evasion yet. We're going to have to... oh, no, not good. Just triggered the Winter's Heart for a little buffer. Hopefully we don't get too much hammered. Could we invis through this section? I don't really want to create another big dungeon alert. We'll try and clear this stuff up as best as we can, and then I think we might hit the shrine. Nice short cooldown on the assault ray, although one did make it save there. That was impressive. 62 and it made the save. run. Okay, we'll go and I'll tell you what, we'll kill this guy first. Let's try him with the Finger of Death. We'll try Cold Spell first. Yes. Finger of Death at the moment is a 59. That would be a 63 if we cast a Cold Spell first. So not terrible. We do still have our little Princess Scepter giving 3 bonus on all spell schools, which isn't bad for us in this situation. As mentioned before, the Ice Flowers, which we're constantly spamming for AoE damage, is Transmutation. The Finger of Death is obviously Necro, and our Colour Spray is Illusion, so we are invested, although it's overwhelmingly Evocation. We are invested in 2 others too.
An announcer howls.
Welcome to the money pit, where vicious fighters bleed for your
Can we have you all down here?
How is it possible to get everyone
That's pretty good. Do you want to just die? Thank you. And we speak to this one. Oh, nice. Nice little optional.
According to the fight announcer, the Warforged fighter came to the pit with his trainer, Herg Earwool, a bugbear who lives nearby in a hovel upstairs. Perhaps it would be a good time to ask him some questions.
Okay, Fear Reaper up there. Oh, hello. Can we just... we can. Very nice. But now they're all going to come piling down on us, aren't they? Or not. Oh, my big spell just fizzled there. I don't quite know why. Okay.
The letter you found alludes to a reckless bugbear being involved in stacking boxes of inert Warforged.
We'll just go up the side of the house for the little optional thing that's up there.
As you approach the door, you can just make out the sound of muffled conversation on the other side. Perhaps finding
I
a better
think
spot for
we can manage
eavesdropping
this
will
without
reveal more
actually
than
going
simply barging
in there, can't we? If we send the ticking damage over time on him. He should die from the ticking thing. I think we'll be alright now.
You see a stoic Warforged matching the description of Doris, standing among the bugbear's personal effects. She's as still as a
Okay,
statue.
not too terrible.
A deep voice rumbles as its imposing owner reveals himself.
So yeah, it's looking like we're only going to end up with maybe... Is it
Someone stole
2 extra points for the enhancements? So I'm not going to have too much of a headache to decide where they should go, because one's obviously going to have to go in there. Maybe could try this Springs Resurgence. Just cast it on a tanky type and forget about it. Or one in Nature Protector for another 8 hit points. Something like that. Or one in here for exceptional shifting for the little bits of temporary spell points every time we trigger a rage. That wouldn't be terrible either. We've got some little choices anyway. Okay, I think that's about it. Dawn has broken for a bright and sunny day. Hope you're all having a good day, and I will thank you all very much as always for looking, and we'll see you in Epics. I think I'm going to have a go at the Night Revels, as mentioned before, to give us a bit of a booster start in Epic, and we'll see where we go from there. Speak to you soon. Take care.